Today, I want to talk to you guys about the most common mistakes traders make. These next 5 items are going to be the main reason why you are unprofitable and why you feel stuck. But not only am I going to talk about them, I'm also going to give you guys tips to make sure you fix these issues so they don't happen again. I suggest you write some of these mistakes down so the next time you enter a trade, you can just review your notes and make sure that you are not falling into these same traps. One thing I also want to mention to you is that some of these mistakes I know you've heard of before, but it's also important that I not only reiterate them to you, but also explain how you can fix these issues. So with that being said, let's get started. Mistake number 1. Aiming for bigger wins rather than consistent wins. One big trap that a lot of traders fall into is that they think they need to be hitting a trade with 3 risk to reward ratio or more. That is really not the case, and if you don't have enough data from your trading journal and control of your own emotions, then you will never be profitable. If you're just starting out, then I highly recommend learning a strategy that has a higher type of win rate with a lower reward. Stay away from videos that talk about very high rewards because those are bullshit. It'd be a lot easier to learn trading and learn how to control your emotion when you have a higher win rate. Even if that means the reward from each trade is a 1 to 1.5 risk to reward, then that is still perfectly fine. You'll be able to control your emotions and not get FOMO when you have that higher win rate. It doesn't mean having a high risk to reward is bad, it just means that your win rate is going to be a lot less. Let me explain a quick example so you can understand exactly what I mean. Let's say trader A has a 70% win rate with a 1.5 risk to reward ratio. Now let's say trader B has a 30 win rate and a 5 risk to reward ratio. Over the course of 10 trades, each person is going to trade 1%, and trader A is going to have a 7.5% profit while the trader B has 8% profit. These two traders end up with almost the exact same profit, but it will be significantly harder for trader B to achieve this. Why? It's because trader B has to first deal with having a low win rate, which means that he's going to experience a lot of losses often. This can make it very hard to control your emotions and very easy to start over trading. Also, he has to shoot for a very high reward. That means while he's in a trade, he has to perfectly control his emotions and not exit the trade too early. Compared to trader A, who will experience a lot more wins a lot more often, which will give them higher confidence and doesn't have to stress about having a high risk to reward ratio. Trader A can be in and out of a trade very quickly with a high win rate, while trader B is still stuck on a losing streak hoping that the trade will reach his profit target. Mistake number 2, not having a journal. This mistake is the most important one to fix as soon as possible because it can turn you from unprofitable to profitable in the fastest amount of time. Journaling is the most important item in trading because it allows you to do analysis on your trades and gives you the ability to review and annotate your trades. It's so important for you to do analysis because it will literally show you if you are profitable or not. Figuring out your win rate and your risk to reward ratio are the 2 main factors that will determine if you are profitable. And without a journal, there is no way of knowing these 2. Not only is it hyper important to do analysis, but you have to make sure you are writing a little description about each trade you take. Write down your emotions, your setup, if you followed your plan, what was the market conditions like, etc. It might seem useless, but all these little bits of information end up becoming more valuable than you expect. So how do we fix this issue? You can fix this mistake by creating a journal for free. I recommend staying away from those paid versions or ones from your favorite content creator that are selling, because simply those are just money grabs and you do not need to have a fancy journal. If you are good with Excel or Google Sheets, then I'm sure you already know how to create your own journal and do your own analysis. But if not, I created a whole YouTube video on how to make a journal for free. It's the exact journal that I use for every single one of my trades, and it makes it super easy to track your win rate and risk to reward ratio. I will have a link in the description below, or you can click up here in the right hand corner. Mistake number 3, over trading. This one I'm sure you've heard of 1,000 times because you have to take it seriously. Over trading is the #1 cause for making someone unprofitable. This mainly comes from human emotion and human error. You will experience a lot of FOMO, and it will cause you to place more trades and risk more than you needed. This goes hands in hand with your journal because if you have a journal, you will be able to physically see all the trades that you shouldn't have taken. The fix for overtrading sounds super simple, but it might be a little harder to execute. Force yourself to only place a certain number of trades per week or per day. Depending on your strategy, you need to limit yourself on how often you are trading. The best way I can explain this to you is using an example from my own experience and what I am doing right now. When I started trading, I would look back in my journal and see that I placed 10 to 15 trades per week. and I knew I should only be placing a maximum of 2 to 3 per week. So I literally forced myself to not trade. Once I hit 3 trades per week, I would stop trading for the rest of the time. This may be really difficult because once you hit that max number of trades early on in the week, it might seem like forever until the next week starts. You're going to feel like you are also missing out on a lot of movement and market, which you could be making a lot of money on, but I promise you, this is the wrong way to think about it. Also, one huge advantage from this is that it will help you focus on setups that look the cleanest and have the highest probability. So now you get 2 benefits in one. You are lowering your number of losing trades that you are placing, and you're also increasing the number of trades on high probability setups. You have to be a robot. Take emotions out of the equation and just be a robot. Mistake number 4. Having too many indicators on your charts. Indicators are great to use, but you have to use them properly, and having too many will hurt your trading. If you're trying to learn someone's strategy on YouTube or from someone's course, you will notice that they never have a lot of indicators on their chart. They might have 2 or 3 max, but that is it. They will never have 5 or more. And that is the reason why it's super effective to have less than more, because it allows you to see the bigger picture. No strategy, no person, no computer will ever get a perfect entry and a perfect trade every single time. You want to catch the flow of the markets, and the way to do that is by simplifying everything down. I realized how big this can be when I started implementing it myself. I used to have 3 different EMAs, MACD, volume, stochastic indicators. My thought process was that the more that I have, it will increase my probability, therefore increasing my probability for success. That is not the case. It ended up cluttering your screen and almost making the charts unreadable. Today, I have 2 indicators that I use. One is an EMA and the other is a Fibonacci tool. Some might not even consider the Fibonacci tool as an indicator, but that is all on my charts. That's it. Just keep your charts clean, not cluttered, and make it simple for you to read and understand. Mistake number 5, rushing into making money. I completely understand where everyone is coming from. We see Forex traders and a lot of these young people making a lot of money, and we expect it to be the same for us. But that is not the case. You have to be very realistic about what is happening in this influencer culture, especially when it comes to Forex trading. Yes, they have lots of money and they made it, but you also have to realize that they have been trading for 5+ years. They took the time and they took the effort to learn and experience what is right and what is wrong in a bunch of different market conditions. They were lucky enough to start early, which is the reason why they are still so young and very successful. You also have to realize that a lot of these influencers gained a lot of money from their social medias and other streams of income, which is why they ended up trading with such large accounts. So do not expect to be trading $1 million account within your first year, because it's not gonna happen. Remember, trading is won in the long run, and you have to slowly build your experience and knowledge before you see success. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme, and it is a very real industry. The only way to make sure you will be successful in this field is that you are journaling every single trade, and only using real money once you have proof from your journal that you are a consistently profitable trader. I've had so many people reach out to me questioning why they aren't making money, and when I ask them if they were profitable on a demo account, the answer is always no. They will always try to convince themselves that they were profitable, and then when you go back into the journal, you only see that they placed like 5 or 6 trades. You need a minimum of 50 trades in order to do proper analytics to know if you are profitable or not. Again, this is a slow and steady process that is won in the long run, so just stay consistent and stay with it. And that's it for this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed and learned a lot from the information I have given you. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up in the comments down below or DM me on Instagram. I'll be happy to reply. Anyways, good luck trading this week, and I will see you guys later. Peace.